You don't know what you're up against.
You had me followed. Inquired about me.
You spend far too much time here, Dorian.
This is where all my favorite people are. Besides, I have news, and every messenger bird I've met is dreadful at nuance.
Magister Parvus, it's good to see you again.
At least someone appreciates my presence.
You're our eyes in the Magisterium. If someone spots you here...
Yes, I know. Can't be spotted with the shadow dragons. You worry too much, May.
Well, what do you have for us?
The cult lost people in Arlethan, and leadership has fallen to Knight Commander Lenos. He aims to bring the city to its knees.
But Minrathous is already falling apart.
I know. While the Varantis' attack on the city could have been much worse, the people's fear in the aftermath is palpable.
And the rumors about the Archon are true. He's dead. Assassinated during the Dragon's rampage. The palace has tried to keep the news from spreading until a new Archon steps up.
And no one has?
No one dares. Not with the Venatori circling like vultures. The risen gods are preparing for something big. And for that, they need fear. Chaos.
Preparing for something big? I don't like the sound of that. We barely got out of Weishaupt alive, and we needed Solus's help in Arlethan.
And that's why we need to know what the Venatori are preparing for. Lenos is the key to all of it. First, we stop what he's planning for Minrathous.
And then we find out what the gods are preparing for.
Let's hope it stays that simple. One of Lenos' Venatori associates is often at the Cobbled Swan. Let's see what we can get from him.
We? Dorian, you can't be going yourself.
It's the Swan. Everyone goes to the Swan.
I'll head out right now.
That May Varus has some steel.
I know. I'm glad she's on our side. We probably shouldn't keep Dorian waiting too long.
Why don't you care about us?
There's Dorian.
There's Lenos' associate. According to the shadows watching him, he's nervous and doesn't talk much, but does odd jobs for coin. Interesting, yes? I'll draw him off, you check his belongings, see if you can discover any clues about Lenos' plan.
Mostly gone. Warm. I don't even know what this is. Ale? A bedroll. It's definitely seen better days. And it's damp. Sleeping out in the rain? Half-eaten stale bread, water flask, muddy socks. And this map. Minrathous targets. That doesn't sound good. This all sounds like trouble.
What are you poking about in there
Dorian
for?
will want to know. Lenos intends to destroy the city with Blight and Darkspawn.
Carthus. Nothing like an attack to cause chaos in a city.
You should head there immediately.
All right, let's go.
Got company. Time to finish this.
They cannot defeat. Death before Veilguard. End it now.
They're in range.
You bet. Good to go.
On your guard. Clear the area.
Smite the heretic.
Coming at range.
You gotta move. I am blessed. Oh, we did it.
Here they come.
Something tore through these gates. Something big. Watch out. I bet this darkspawn was what tore through the gates.
That's been sorted.
Here we go.
Good job.
More blight in the way.
There's always more blight.
That did it.
There's so many of them.
Everything's crumbling down here. Might be tricky to get out.
At least reality's not squishy, so better than Arlethan. That helped a little, but I'm guessing there's another one.
Find the blight boils. We need to clear the way and keep pushing. We got it. Way should be clear.
Shadow dragons? How did you find this thing? Venatori, to me! Do you think you've won? Do you think you can stop the Venatori? All the risen gods?
We're certainly gonna try.
The Shadow Dragons have brought nothing but chaos to the city. Bring these dissidents to justice. That's all. Again, you fool! Beast attacks! Standing! It's an affront to
Shadow dragons are Tevinter. The people of Docktown are Tevinter.
coming in range!
Ranged incoming.
Way to fight, Brooke! They're in range!
Ranged incoming. Good to go.
Ready again.
One less corrupt Templar in Minrathis. Let's look around, see what we find. The Risen God's ritual. That's what the gods in the Venatori are preparing for. Lenos's documents. They detail the Venatori's long-term plans and what they want to do with Tevinter.
These star charts predict an eclipse to make magic stronger.
So a ritual augmented by an eclipse? That's the plan?
All this. The ritual, the eclipse, and the Venatori plans. We have to bring this to the Shadow Dragons immediately.
We should tell the Shadow Dragons what we found.
Evil old gods, rituals, waiting for the stars. It's about as Tevinter as blood magic and hubris. Learning about the gods' plans is wonderful, of course. But the lists of magisters you got your hands on, now there's the real gold.
You've looked at it already. Of course you have.
Information on their backers, the ties to illegal slavery. Don't you see what this means?
This is power, May. Imagine becoming Archon and using this against those who've been hurting the people for years.
You, on the throne, Dorian.
Tell me that wouldn't be a splendid way to bring about real change.
Changing to Vinter, helping people. If we can get something good out of all of this, I'm for it.
You've given us an opening, Rook, and believe me, we shall seize upon it.
But how would you use this information exactly?
Dorian wants to use it to crush our enemies by whatever means necessary. I prefer to use it to rally the people. I say we make the information known. Allow the people to see the real justice served. Prove that from now on, we work for them.
We tried that already. Or have you forgotten the Lucerni? I no longer trust that political machine will work in our favor. No. We must get at the root of the problem before they can react. A more forceful approach. Destroy them and their networks utterly.
Swords and spies and blackmail? The devious means you learned in the South? If we go outside the system, we invite everyone else to do the same. No, we have to do this in the open. Show the people of Tevinter that we're here for them.
We're Shadow Dragons. It's right there in the name. You supported this because you knew the system didn't work for the people.
The point was to work in the shadows until we could work in the light. And Rook has brought us what we need.
May, the Imperium's politics burned you once and you still...
Enough. We're not the only ones who have a stake in this. Rook, you have been instrumental in all this. Which strategy do you prefer?
Dorian, are you really suggesting violent revolution?
Not necessarily. Sometimes a mere threat of violence is sufficient.
He learned that from his friends in the South. I hear Ferelden settled a succession crisis with a duel.
It worked. Astoundingly.
We're not Ferelden.
I'm merely saying we need to consider bold and creative methods of achieving our ends. The game is rigged. Why play by rules crooked magisters already exploit? Clear the board and start over. If they're gone, we can fill the magisterium with those who respect the office. Then we'll actually see progress.
Mevaris, you really believe making this evidence public will work?
Dorian wants to work behind the scenes, but once again, it's the Magisters and Highbloods pulling the Imperium's strings. That doesn't inspire. It's a tactic used by our enemies. We need to show Tevinter that we can be different.
Unless they find some way to bury it? Or leverage their wealth, power, and status as they often have before?
Politics is a long game. If we use force against our enemies, our allies will remember it.
You want me to choose who'll be Archon? But I'm not even from here. I can't decide.
Then talk to the ones who are. See what they say. Asher and Tarquin, Nev, Gallus, they're all a part of this, just as you are. We should all be comfortable with whatever course we take.
All right, I'll go do that. So what do you think?
Lenos is gone. We got information about the Venatori's plans, the god's ritual. Would have liked to see his face when he lost, but having him gone is good enough.
I meant about Mevaris and Dorian. We all want change. Who will be the more effective in getting it?
Oh, that. You're dragging me into it?
This is your city. Don't you think you should have a say?
Mevaris Talani has been in this game for decades. She's dedicated and ruthless when she needs to be. Dorian Parvis is a wild card. Flashy and inventive, he'll keep his enemies on their toes. But damn it, there's no right answer. They both play the game well, and Tevinter's ready for change. But the best way to get it, who can make it happen, I wish I knew.
Grand news about Lenos. One less crooked Templar in town.
The city will be better off with him gone.
We can hope.
Lenos made my life miserable. Rana's too.
I hear he started out different. Maybe he once cared about something other than gold. But I didn't know that, Lenos. And I'm not going to mourn the one I did. Still, I'll thank the bastard for writing everything down. And delivering it to us all neat.
Dorian and Mevaris still have to decide what to do with everything we got from Lenos.
I just don't know enough about Tevinter to know what's best for its people.
I suspect this decision will determine Tevinter's path for years to come.
Then Dorian's way is my choice. He knows you don't stop to talk when you find a hole in the enemy's defenses.
Dorian is a brash rebel.
And Mevaris too much of a romantic.
I think the people will appreciate Mevaris returning as the leader they've always wanted to see.
No. They'll appreciate their lives actually changing for the better.
And whoever leaves will have the Shadow Dragon support, right?
Count on it.
We'll keep fighting. For Dorian. Or for Mevaris.
What else is there to do in this town, anyway? It rains all the damn time.
Maker. A full quarter of the Magisterium supporting a cult. Bending the knee to these risen old gods just for a taste of more power. Can they not see they're only tools for the gods? So they can destroy the world?
Demanding intelligence, rationality, and self-awareness from our peers. You ask too much, Mevaris.
Look at me. Such a fool.
Ah, it's Rook. You spoke with the others.
What do you think? Who should be leading the charge from here on?
What happens after it's decided who'll lead?
Well, Lenos is gone, the cult's numbers are down, and they're scrambling to prepare for the god's ritual. They'll be distracted. It's a perfect opportunity to get our preparations in order.
All plans contingent on surviving the current disaster, of course.
Dorian should lead.
Then it is decided. Of course, it only makes sense, but... Ha! Look at me! The sudden pressure.
You won't be alone. All of us are behind you. The Shadow Dragons, the city, her people.
It will take all of them to overcome the risen gods.
You'll find a way to bring them together.
The people know they don't want blight-ridden fiends in their city. They don't need me to tell them. I can, however, show them how to fight. Gods, cults, evil magisters, nothing will stand in our way of forging a new Tevinter.
Have you heard about these shadow dragons? They worry me.
What really happened at the Swan? Witness spills secrets.
Busker's disappearing from Docktown. But why? Something to look into. Those missing buskers performed here. Let's see what we can find. Wine. A lot of it. I've only ever smelled this stuff around Venatori. They were here. They were here for a while, drinking. Waiting for what? Let's check outside, see where they went. Wine. Probably a cheap vintage. Not the same as the wine inside. I think the buskers drank out here. That's blood. Did one of the buskers get hurt? No busker would leave their instrument behind. Strings are broken. Somebody knocked this instrument around. All right. The Venatori are drinking inside. They have a signal for when the buskers finish. The buskers go outside for a drink. They're distracted. Then the Venatori ambush them and haul them away. So we don't know why yet, but we know where the buskers were taken. The lookout. Let's find those buskers. Stay ready, though. The Venatori are playing rough. Still warm. Whoever was on watch just left. Dead. He's Venatori, not one of the buskers.
Stabbed in the back. Clumsy, but it did the trick.
Someone saw their chance and took it. Empty. Where are they? A restaurant pamphlet. The garden. It mentions performers.
Does this feel shady to anyone else?
We could approach the garden from the rooftops. That'll give us some cover. We still need to save the buskers, but if this is a trap, let's be smart about it.
Trouble ahead.
Finish them now.
Hit them now, Rook!
Venatori, and not far from the garden. That's not a coincidence. Let's go in and see if there's any sign of what happened to the buskers.
Balara, I'm sorry about Syrian.
It's hard. At least I got to talk to him at the end. The real him.
That's something. But I'm sure it still hurts. Anything happened to Hassan.
Cherish him while you can.
That's the truth.
I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? Overall,
Someone wasn't spending much on their wine.
terrible.
What's wrong?
The papers loved the last serial I wrote.
Well, that's
Come
good.
back when you
What's
get
the
hungry.
terrible part?
They want a sequel.
What can I get you?
Have you seen any buskers from Docktown today?
Ha! I heard those songbirds had gone missing.
The Venatori had plans. I set them straight.
Ah, you're Rook, aren't you? Done a lot for this city. All right, they're below. Just make it quick before someone sees you.
Hello?
Hungry?
Who goes there?
Thirsty?
Are you the buskers? We're here to help.
So, are you a fellow felon?
Call me Rook. I've been looking for missing buskers.
Lex Aulos, street balladeer, and sworn enemy of the Venatori, apparently.
How did you piss them off?
Well, say I'd composed a catchy but searing satirical ballad with rhymes for vainglory and excretory. And then Tot said ballad to every performer in town.
That would do it.
Well, thanks to you and the owner's entirely legitimate Seaway access, we live to compose another day. I'll send word to the other performers in hiding. Adieu, Rook. Our ballad needs another verse that mentions you.
Got him yesterday. Are the Venatori worse than you remember?
Huh. Some kind of fabulous treasure buried in the city?
Who dies next? Latest chapter of Ophidian Hall. Read it now!
I came down here to procure particular items. I'm told Docktown is a discreet place to shop.
Can't find what you're looking for?
I'm going back to my book now.
The note mentioned a bridge near here. No harm looking.
What can I get you? Let me know if you want anything else.
Sie truly on Tom, haven't you?
I hear you're the one who got that fancy illuvium up and running.
I did. Well, most of the way. Everyone helped out.
So tell me, how safe is it? Any reason to be worried?
Oh, you shouldn't worry at all.
So it's safe then?
No, just worrying won't help. Whatever happens would be instantaneous.
Uh-huh. That's reassuring.
Hey, Rana. What's going on?
This entrance was magically sealed. Now it's not. A prank? Or someone trying to hide something?
A ruined tower by the water.
citizen.
Minratha's safe. Storm. Lots of outsiders go unnoticed in Docktown. You're an exception.
Is that good or bad?
With me, good. With others,
A key. Well, this is promising. Now to find the door that this unlocks. Watch for danger ahead. Don't want to end up like that poor soul. An ambush! Something feels off about this treasure hunt.
Watch for ranged attacks!
He's hitting us from range!
Watch for ranged attacks!
Yes, Bellara!
Take him out!
This is costly now! Finish them
They're in range!
We're losing people! I'm ready!
They really didn't want us getting through that door.
We're getting good at this! Oh, what is that smell? You bet!
What a miserable way to go. The desperate being lured down here by the promise of riches, only to find death. The treasure hunt. Someone took the game and twisted it. They didn't sell it as an adventure. They sold it as a way out. There's a demon feeding off the desperate in Minrathous, manipulating them. And those who don't listen, die. Evidence points to the catacombs. The rest is on us.
Balara, how is it you're the first veil jumper I've ever met?
Oh, well, we're new. Just started up recently. You know, when Arleth and Forrest started going all weird?
When was that?
Little bit before Elgranon and Gillimain showed up. Oh, is it time again? Great. Oh, nice one, Catherine.
Balara, how is it you're the first veil jumper I've ever met?
Oh, well, we're new. Just started up recently. You know, when Arleth and Forrest started going all weird?
When was that?
Little bit before Elgranon and Gillimain showed up.
That can't be a coincidence.
Lines up nicely, doesn't it? Well, not nicely, but it lines up.
Nothing in our way now.
I have felt you move against me, eating the city in such perfect condition.
You've been manipulating people in Docktown.
I am an answer that they come seeking. I give them something to do when their world is cruel. People will do such fun things. things when they're desperate.
Trouble nearby. Range incoming!
Nice, Valora.
With all that's happened, I can see how a demon of desperation woke up here. It could feed on the city and make things worse.
We can't undo the damage it caused, but we've stopped it from doing worse.